kind of danger.
A new Florida law goes into effect today designed to protect your kids from crimes while surfing the internet. It's the Cyber Crimes Against Children Act of 2007, and it requires sex offenders in the state of Florida to submit their email addresses and internet screen names to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. The screen names would then be posted on the sex offender registry, as well as made available on social networking sites. It will also contain a separate criminal charge against predators who communicate online with a child knowingly and travel to visit that person for sex or other abuses. This law also makes Florida one of the only states in the nation to have a grooming violation. That's when an internet child predator lies about their age to entice their victims. And while this new legislation is a welcome sight for parents, things you do in your own home can protect your children even more. We want to bring in Dr. Russ Sabella today. And what are some of the biggest mistakes that parents make when their children are on the internet?
I think probably the biggest mistake is a lack of awareness. Know what your child is up to when it is they're on a computer. And also, by the way, it's not just the computer. Any internet-enabled appliance, whether it's a cell phone or an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation Portable, all of these things have the ability to connect to the internet, and that then opens the door to all kinds of risks. So be aware.
How do you know when this is going on? What are the signs that you should be looking for? And when it happens, what should you do? How should you, I mean, you have to confront your child about it. How should you go about doing that?
Right, that's a really good question. The first and foremost, do some supervising. Don't keep the appliance, the computer, in a place where you can't just simply look over and just kind of see what your child's up to. So don't put that computer in a bedroom behind closed doors. We have to teach our kids how to be suspicious, because who they believe they may be talking with online may actually not be the case. And so when it is that a child has some suspicion, they, with their parent, should, first of all, save all of the evidence, whether it's an email or pictures or instant messaging transcripts. Don't delete it, because that's evidence. Call the local authorities. If the school is involved, for instance, maybe it's another student, work with your school's administration, and then also include organizations like the Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Now, I know, a lot of these shows, To Catch a Predator, came out. It seemed like it was a lot more visible. Now there's a new law in the books. Should parents just strictly rely on these types of things, or they really need to be vigilant inside their home all the time? Keep the computer maybe in the living room, not necessarily in a child's bedroom. Can you tell parents some other things they could be doing?
Sure. This is a good law. It definitely demonstrates the seriousness and the commitment of our law enforcement here, but it's certainly not enough, and we should not let our guards down. We should make sure our children trust us, share the internet and the technology experience. In other words, and the other thing is, don't freak out. When it is that a child reports something to you, it's important to stay calm, because what children fear most is that these technologies will be taken away from them. I would also say to parents, get some technological help. Install some filters and blocking software like Cyber Sitter or Net Nanny. These can be real helpful, because we can't be there all the time.
All right.
And are you in favor of time limits on how long that the kids should be online?
I am, and that's a great point. Internet predators is one major risk, but there are many risks when it comes to technology. And in fact, I think one of the ones that we don't talk about a lot is balance. How is it that kids balance being on their computers with going outside and doing some outdoor activities, family time, and all of the other wonderful things that they could be doing if they weren't playing video games and instant
what
messaging.
happened to that? Yeah.
Well, your child's here,
Yes.
So I mean, is there an age limit that you kind of maybe stop and let them have their own independence?
Sure.
Your son's young.
Sure, and I write about this very topic because a lot of times technology has kind of become the babysitter. And so what we recommend is that it is developmental. So as kids get older, we give them more time, but it's like everything else, everything in mediocrity. In my household, there is no internet access from Monday through Thursday unless it's homework related, and then it's 2 hours a day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's it.
You live what you preach.
Yep.
Thank you for being here, Dr. Russ Sabella. And if you need more information on this topic, we have it for you. The Cyber Crimes Against Children Act of 2007. We put a whole link on our website at nbc-2.com.